I know, from reading about you when we did the story in another blues magazine, you're interested in Django.
Oh yeah.
And that's a whole other style of music.
Totally.
But if you're a musician, you've got to study what the Django brings to your instrument,
Right.
what the Muddy brings to your instrument, what the jazz guitarist bring to the instrument.
And then, I found out later on, I read interviews with Willie Nelson and B.B. King and stuff, and they're big time into Django.
That's Django Reinhardt, the gypsy guitar player out of France. 3 fingers and
two, and
that's right.
And then couple fused together.
Yeah. Now we're right here in Western Massachusetts, and Smith College in Northampton every year holds a Django fest.
Yeah.
And little Charlie Batty has come to this a number of times. And as expert a guitar player as he is, he said he's blown away by what those guys, the people do who know Django style.
Yep.
Now I know the other thing that before I get there, you're always got or at least when I see you got that big old hollow body that you're playing. What is it about that guitar and that style that speaks to you versus, more of a blues rock? I see that as playing
What kind of got me into that guitar was I played a Strat for years, for the longest time, Fender Stratocaster, and then I had that hollow body for quite a while, and I was backing up a harmonica player, and that's another thing I did too. I was lucky to get to play with some older guys who tell me, hey, listen to this stuff, so what you got to listen to. So I learned a lot from them guys, like Terry Hank, and this harmonica player I was backing up named Billy Burns, and we were doing a lot of West Coast kind of stuff. And he said, man, you need to get a hollow body, man. So man, I got a hollow body sitting at home, So I started playing it, and I just kind of grew into it, and just kind of adapted to it, and that became the sound that I like.
That you like, sure. I would imagine using that hollow body. The line goes JP Soars, Duke Robillard, T-Bone Walker kind of thing. That's got a great sound. And the other guitar that you're well known for is the Cigar Box guitar. Now, you make them?
I do. My brother and I make them and stuff, and we made the one that I play. And I got introduced to that the first time. About 10 years ago. I was at a jam, one of these open jams, and there was a blues festival going on, I think right around that time, and Richard Johnston happened to be playing that blues fest. Well, he came into the open jam with this Cigar Box guitar. I'd never seen one before. And he's like, oh no, the drummer, you can stay, but bass player and you can go. The guitar player, I just need a drummer. He got up there, plugged, had 2 outputs. He plugged one into the bass amp, the other into the guitar amp, and started going. And I was just like, holy crap, I've never heard anything like this, and it just blew me away. And I kept thinking to myself, I got to get one of those things one day, Well, the second time I was at the IBC, and this is one of the reasons I say, even if you don't win, there's a ton of cool things to get out of it. Well, the second time I went up there in 2008, we went to this Cigar Box guitar workshop that John Lobo was holding. And so he went there, and he's got all these Cigar Box guitars for sale and stuff. I got to get one of these things. Well, the only one I could really afford, it was like the cheapest one he had was a $200 one. It was a 2-string one, like the one I play. So that's what I bought.
Wow.
And brought it back home, showed it to my brothers and stuff. And my brother had just built a guitar. He was, he made a total guitar, like a Strat style, from scratch, neck, everything. Played great, sounds great. So I was like, man, check this out. If you built that, this would be a piece of cake.
Let's try to take it all apart to see how it works.
Totally. I love it. Apart, open it up, and figured it out. And my brother and I built the one that I play now. And and we started making them and sell them here and there. And
I should mention that. Fast forward to 2 years ago, you had a Cigar Box guitar in the auction at the IBC.
That's right,
And I was bidding on it, thinking that'd be a really cool piece of folk art in the house, and it got well over $200 what you paid for your one. That's very funny. So how many strings do you have on yours? You
2. I still use the 2,
So
that's kind of what I learned. Well, I just use it, I just tune them to octaves, I don't really play it in the context like Richard Johnston does, or stuff like that, but I use it with the band, and it's neat.
What's the difference in playing that versus a guitar with frets?
Well, you play it with the slide. The action's about that high up off the fretboard. So
and the fretboard is really, isn't the fretboard just a broom handle?
It's just one piece of wood. Mine's just basically a piece of 1x2.
Wow.
But it's all played with the slide. And of cool thing about the action being that high off the fretboard is you can stick a Sharpie up underneath there and use it as a capo.
capo, yeah.
Exactly. And the first person I saw do that was Ben Prestige.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And so I thought that's cool, you know.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Interesting. So is there a difference in adapting your voice to that guitar with a slide?
Not necessarily.
Versus,
No.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
I don't find that. No.
Okay. Now tell us about your other project. The other project you're involved in right now is the Southern Hospitality,
Yeah.
which features Damon Fowler,
Yep.
who's a guitar player, Victor Wainwright, piano player. How did you three guys come together?
Well, we Damon and I have been friends for a long time. I met Damon probably about 10 years ago when I was running sound in a blues club. The guy would call me in when he'd have national acts come through, and I was running sound in there, and Damon came through, and that's the first time I met Damon, and pretty much been friends ever since then. And, you know, when he'd come over to Florida, or to our side of the state, he lives on the west coast of Florida, we're on the east coast, so whenever he would come in to play, or I'd go over there, you know, if he was in town, he'd come out to my gig. If I'm in town, I'd go out to his gig and sit in and jam. We always felt a nice camaraderie, you know, and always felt a certain little magic that happened when we play together. So he asked me one day, you know, I'm thinking about putting a project together and stuff, and you know, you get a third person, and I said, well, man, you know, Victor Wainwright, you know, he's a freaking monster, you know, just
on piano,
soulful, just amazing guy, you know.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it came about. And initially, we were just going to do like a little tour. We were going to call it the Southern Hospitality Tour.
Right.
And we wound up getting a last-minute gig at the Heritage Festival, filling in for Honey Boy Edwards.
Oh wow!
Unfortunately, when he passed, and they billed it as Southern Hospitality, and that just was kind of the catalyst that really got the thing going.
That's cool. You have a brand new record out on Blind Pig. What do you take back from Southern Hospitality, from that experience when you're playing gigs with them? What do you bring back to JP Soars band?
Well, both Victor and Damon, to me, they're extremely talented musicians. They're both really, really great singers, and they make me want to work on my singing better and more. And Victor, entertainment factor, he's just, an amazing entertainer. You know, he keeps eye contact with the people and stuff. So I get some of that from Victor, and Damon, you know, he's got a little countryside to him. It's that swamp slide, and in the slide, you know, the lap steel. I actually bought myself a lap steel, and you know, and I find myself getting influenced by those guys by playing with them. You know, whether it's subliminally or even just, you know.
Right.
Definitely.
What do you feel like when you guys are playing together? You've got two strong personalities, and then yourself. How do you folks work the weave?
Basically, you know, we just. You know, one guy will do a tune. We just kind of pass it around. Basically.
It's kind of different from when you're on stage for a full set with your own band.
Yeah, it's like running a relay or something. You know, it's like you go for a while, then you hand it off to this guy, and then he goes and he hands it off, and it's everybody just kind of goes back and forth and influencing each other, and it's like, oh man, he just played his ass off. I better do something good after that. So we're all kind of pushing each other, but in a good way.
That's cool.
You know, and everyone has a definite mutual respect for one another, and you know, we all kind of admire each other, what each other does. So
Are there tours planned for Southern Hospitality?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to be doing quite a bit of stuff next year.
Good.
Intrepid Artist is booking the band now.
Oh, wonderful.
And so we're planning on playing quite a few festivals and stuff next year. And we did quite a bit this year.
Yeah, I know.
We're actually going to Norway next month.
No kidding. I got the Notoden T-shirt on here.
We're going to be we're going up there. And
good. Do you know where in Norway?
Weeks.
You're not doing the Dark Season Fest,
yes,
right?
that's what we're doing.
How cool. Watch out for the polar bears.
Oh, that's what I've heard. Yeah,
that's a cool place.
And I heard it's cold up there, really cold. So
it is
coming
cold.
from Florida, I'm going to have to get my long johns.
You're going to have a great time.
Prepare for that.
Good. Well, it was great talking to you,
too,
JP.
Art.
And
thank you, man.
You know, I know that, again, as I said, these IBC winners are really now torchbearers of the blues. And when you come to see anybody like a JP Soars, you're going to get the traditional mixed with the contemporary and a very fresh take on the blues. Thank you, everybody. Again, I'm ArtsTipaldis, and this is Don Odells Legends.